What's going on, guys? My name is Doug. Welcome to the channel if you're new. If you're not new, welcome back. We are featuring another up-and-coming artist on the channel today. His name is Jack V. He's 18 years old. He hails from Georgetown, Kentucky. Shout out to everybody from Kentucky who might be watching the channel. He's actually dropping a self-titled project today. The links will be down in the description. You can go click on those and check them out. This is going to be a first reaction and a review. I have no idea what I'm really in for. I haven't heard this before. But what I do know is what he told me about it, which is basically, he said he decided to make a bunch of fun, kind of quirky, cringe-worthy songs to demonstrate the anxiety, the frustration, the aggressive energy that most 18-year-olds have to go through in their life. You know, 18 years old is a very tough age when you're learning to become an adult, but at the same time dealing with leaving your childhood behind, you're graduating high school, dealing with learning how to become an adult and searching for jobs, and high-paying jobs aren't as easy to come by as they were before, and you know, companies nowadays have a bunch of ridiculous requirements, entry-level requirements for 18-year-olds. Like, it's absolutely insane. So, you know, I'm sure that we can all relate to the frustration and the anxiety that comes with being 18 years old in America today. So I thought that that was a really interesting concept to this project. It's 8 tracks long. It's under 25 minutes long. So again, click down in the links in the description if you want to check this out. It will take almost none of your time. I'm excited to get into this. You know, I was talking to him, and like I said, I haven't heard this, but just from my interactions with him, he seems like he's very passionate and takes his craft and his music very seriously, however fun or quirky the song's lyrics may actually be. He seems to be very dedicated. He said he produced the majority of this, did the artwork, did everything for it almost. So, you know, this is something that I really want to support. This is something that I want to uplift, because anybody who's serious and dedicated about their music, you know, deserves to get some support and deserves to get their art showcased to people. So, you know, if you've got music and you feel the same way and you want to showcase your music on the channel, hit me up on my Instagram. I do ask you to be patient because I get a lot of DMs. I might not hit you back right away. I might even be a few weeks. Believe me, I will get to you. Just bear with me, okay? With all that being said, let's jump right into this project. It's called Jack V. The first track is the title track. Let's see what he's got for us. Yo, this beat goes hard.
Dick tastes like a free son. Kicked her out the house, I sent her ass off in her knee. Saw did one big got mad at me, cause hers, it would be getting my nerves. Passing that bed, back and forth silence on her. Whole team that be taking turns. Oh my god, hey Ali, shout out Grace, I slap on the titty. Chris not 10 when you see me in it. Goddamn, it's on a baby, black was red, count all the mileage.
Yo, this is actually really hard. I love that main key loop. Yo, that song actually went really hard. That was a very aggressive, energetic introduction to the track, or to the project, excuse me. I love that the main keys, you know, the gated keys, the main loop is really great. I think that the beat is absolutely knocking, you know, on the speakers. I don't know if he produced that, but it's hard, it's tough, I like it, I really do. You know, and of course the cringeworthy lyrics, the kind of aggressive lyrics that he was talking about, that he mentioned, some really goofy stuff that he said in the tracks, you know, just typical 18-year-old stuff, trying to have fun. I'm not going to bash on that because I'm taking this for what it is. You know, it's supposed to symbolize that anxiety, the aggression, the frustration that you feel when you're 18. So, you know, I totally get that. I totally relate to the really goofy things and the different outlets that he has for getting out this frustration, you know, because I feel like that's what this music might be, is him kind of taking all that pent-up frustration as an 18-year-old kid and kind of just putting it all into music and just saying the weirdest, most aggressive, different, wackiest stuff he can say, and that's kind of his outlet, you know, to get his frustrations out. I totally relate to that. I think it's great. I will say that if you are looking to be a lyrical rapper and you want lyricism to be a part of your skill set, a part of what people know you for, I would work on enunciation, you know, because if you're a mumble rapper, that's one thing. But if you want people to pay attention to what you're saying and to the lyrics that you're actually saying, you've got to say them in a way that people can actually understand, because there were a couple bars in there that just kind of went over my head because I didn't really catch them or understand what you were saying. So, you know, I still think it's a great track. I think it's a really cool introduction. Track 2 is Reason.
Yeah, I'm my fucking bitch for no goddamn reason. That bitch on my dick for no fucking reason.
Yo, this slaps. This 808 is crazy.
That's just what I was thinking. So I trip up and fuck a fine in this bitch while with the bread. Her personality, she like a dumb dog. Yeah.
Wow.
Been with some other bread, look at her, you crazy. Yeah. I swear she be awesome. She wet like cool, like Pat, like Bronson. shit.
Yo, I think this beat is absolutely stupid hard. You know, the 808 is one of the most ridiculously aggressive 808s I've heard in a while. Just the distortion on that is crazy. The main loop doesn't really get repetitive, even though it's really simple. You know, I like the way that it sounds. I like the way that it fits with the rest of the beat. I think it sounds great, you know, and I think flexing about your Prius is pretty dope. It's pretty dope. It definitely sounds like something Tabby would do. Track 3 is B mode.
She try to work to my nigga. She got a good activity. If she ain't finding it, won't work. Up and down.
Talk about minimalistic.
Bitch, rip a bottle off the air for me. I put it over on the box. She told me to make my thought.
This is fire in a really weird way.
Suck it like yoga. He wants to smoke, I pull out my lawnmower. Pull out weed whacker. I'm no weed smoker, ain't got no V12. My that very bad for me. My Prius stay double A battery. Ain't got no Cadillac, you talking a bag of weed. That's for my home.
I love it. I don't know why, but I love how funny that is. My Prius takes AA batteries. That's dope.
Tell me the fuck, she like him a report. Give you the report that y'all hammer like Thor. And slamming the door, her mom got suspicious. This senior, I just graduated, I'll give him my. She chomp up the squad, man, that bitch is
Give her my wiener. This track is fire in a really weird way, because there's no melody, you know? It's just really subtle. There's almost no production. It's the bass, it's the really simple hi-hats and the snares. You know, every now and then there's a little wood block or a rim shot. There's not much going on, man. There's lots of space in this track, but it's all about his delivery and his flow. You know, it just fits with the production really well. I was not expecting to like this as much as I did. I love the lyrics to it and how ridiculous and absurd and funny they are. They kind of remind me of Eminem in his earlier days. Not necessarily his flow or the way that he's rapping, but just the things, the cringeworthy, weird, wacky things that he's saying. You know, it definitely is Eminem-esque. I personally really enjoy it. I think it's really funny. You know, saying that your Prius takes AA batteries and saying that you don't smoke because it's bad for you on a rap song is just ridiculous, and I like that. It's different. And we need different. It's great. Next track is 10 Foreigns. I can't imagine what he's going to say on this because he drives a Prius. This is gonna be funny. Let's get it.
I can't kick all lacking, bitch. I gotta keep my funds up. Somebody touch my dice shoe. Somebody getting fucked up.
Yo, the bass is crazy.
I'm trying to get my bands up. Let's go try and get tag team. And then post an N1. Looking for a girl at golden.
I love his delivery. His performance is really great.
I want a cool day. She broke out with my joystick like she up in the arcade.
Nice. I was expecting that, but nice. Did he just say fuck the lean? I pour some G's in Gatorade?
Too much apple weed, look me in my eyes, just no thotty. Get too spoiled, my ass king tut.
Yo, this is it. This is it. I love that the lyrics are ridiculous. I mean, somebody touch my pink shades, they getting cut up. The lyrics are ridiculous, and I enjoy that to it. But the fact that he's able to deliver such ridiculous lyrics in such an aggressive manner, you know, his performance is really professional. This kid is 18, you know, and he's really got it. He knows what he's doing. His performance is great. The aggression is there. I don't know if he produced this as well, but the beat is slapping right now. It really is dope. You know, you can tell how seriously he takes it, even though the lyrics are really wacky. You can tell that they're intentional, you know. I know for certain that if he didn't want to make this wacky, weird, cringeworthy music, he could definitely be a really serious rapper because he's got... I mean, the mix sounds clean, the beats sound great, you know, his delivery is dope, his flow is tight, you know, he's definitely got it. He knows what he's doing. This is great. I'm really surprised right now. I'm really impressed by this. This is really dope. Next track is Santana. These keys sound Pierre Bourne-esque. It's really smooth. The guitar in the background is dope, too. I love that he let the instrumentals play us out. You know, the outro to the track was just pure instrumentals. I love the bells, I love the guitar. The vibe to this production is insane. You know, this is probably the waviest track on here so far. The mood, you know, the tone, it's all very laid back, it's all very relaxing. I will say, I do wish that his vocals were mixed a little differently. You know, I wish they were a little more up front. I wish that they weren't so heavily filtered. You know, I wish that they were a little more present on the track. I understand that the focus was to make it a little more instrumental, just to keep things relaxing, you know, and for people not to focus too much on the lyricism of it. But if that's the case, I mean, this could have just been an instrumental interlude, you know, and that would have been really dope as well. So I feel like putting lyrics on there requires a little bit of a better mix to highlight them whenever they are on the track, so that we understand what he's saying, you know, because lyrics do add to the waviness of the track. So, you know, that's really the only issue I have with it. But other than that, I think that the use of the auto-tune and being melodic was really clever. It was really dope, and it was pretty well executed. That's a really dope track too, and it shows a little bit of versatility, which I also really like.
Throw it backwards, pussy, what that shit? I'm finished smoking like ain't backwards. Run up on that bitch and stop his shit. We break that shit like it was bored, bitch. Really stuff fucked up like she wrote with me on the course, bitch. I can sing to your fucking bitch, y'all know my feelings, man. Oh. And I looked at her roll over, hit that shit over and over. Her back was all arching shit.
This might be the shortest track we've gotten so far. It kind of feels like an interlude almost. It's ridiculously aggressive. It's very hard, you know, it's very heavy. I do wish that the bass didn't overpower the rest of the track so much. You know, I like the aggression to it. I like the vibe to it. I like the whole style of the track. The production's great on it. I just wish that the bass wasn't so overpowering, you know? The energy to this is insane. Like, if this were played in a venue, people would go nuts. You know, I could just see the mosh pits already. It's gonna be crazy. Next track is Tunnel Gang.
Your bitch wakes up to the songs, but she wake up to the shit, yeah. That bitch with the pink plastic. Slap a little hard bitch, but I thought she talking like more. Every bitch that I'm into a horror story, but go back. I cannot fuck with that gang ass. They hate when they know where they can at. They just be hating cause they wake up to the shit, yeah. That bitch with the pink plastic. I'ma take down my I don't cuff, I don't want marriage or carriages. I send them bitches, but don't like it's carriage. Give her with Sarah, December with air. Somewhere I'm married, special authority. Call me Tracy and then flip to the currency. Swerve up the G where she's smoking the kerosene.
This beat is filthy, right? I don't think his voice should have so much reverb on it, you know? It does put his vocals in the background of the rest of the track, you know? I feel like it's not necessary. I feel like his vocals should have less reverb and a little more compression to bring them up front, make them, you know, a little more present again and more prominent on the track. I gotta say, the beat is really filthy. You know, it slaps, it knocks, the bass is so clean, you know? I love it. I really like it. I also like his flow. I love the hook. I think that the flow to the hook is really catchy, you know? It fits really well with this whole mood and style of the beat. I just think that the mixing of the vocals could have been done a little better. This is the last track, I Hate Jack V.
I hate Jack V. I hate that skinny bitch.
This is very Ugly God-esque.
She takes my money down. My mom, his dad buys some free shit. Like him, I heard his dick was little, so I tried to call him out on it. My dick little too, but I hope he got a smaller dick.
Yo, these keys are fire.
Jack V. He hits them all and don't be.
These keys are really ridiculous, bro. I love them.
Jack V. I hate Jack V. And shit, his lyrics make no fucking sense. He halfway on that gay shit. He calls himself a dykey.
That might be one of the funniest tracks on here. It's very Ugly God-esque, you know. Ugly God has a hook where it's basically the same thing, but he just replaces Jack V with Ugly God. It might have taken inspiration from that, I don't know, but it is very funny. It's very self-deprecating, you know. I think it's hilarious. Some of the lyrics on there are just wild, you know. Why does the street was absolutely quiet all day, and then as soon as I press the little red button on my camera, I'm not gonna hate on him though, that dude's on his grind. For those of you who don't know what that is, by the way, the little horn honking in the background, in Brazil we have these guys who ride bicycles and they basically sell bread, so they'll come down the street honking their horns to let people know that they're on the street, and then you can go out and buy bread in cash, basically, without having to leave your house. It's a pretty dope idea. I didn't really see anybody doing that in the United States, but it's dope. I'm not gonna hate on him for grinding and for working, but is it annoying when I'm recording and he comes down the street? You betcha. Alright, so I Hate Jack V. Ridiculously funny track. I think it's a great way to end the project off. This project was actually very surprisingly good. I enjoyed this way more than I expected to. This sounded way more high quality and professional than I actually expected it to. Jack V, 18 years old, coming from out of nowhere in the middle of Kentucky. I think that nobody would have expected this to sound as good as it does. So, you know, sorry for underestimating you, I guess, and props to you for producing such high quality music. This is really funny. This is quirky. It's got style to it. It's got swagger to it. You can showcase your talent on here. You can tell how good of a producer you are and how good of a rapper you actually are, even though the lyrics are very funny and very quirky. I think that this is just a really great self-titled project. I think that this is definitely worth a listen. It's under 25 minutes long. It is very impressive, a very cool display of artistry and talent and showmanship from Jack V. He's also got a great sense of humor, and his production absolutely slaps. So do yourself a favor, give this a listen, treat yourself to this, all 8 tracks. You'll have a blast. It's a really fun project to listen to. Jack V, you did your thing. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you would like me to react to your music, hit me up on my Instagram. I will see you all in another video very soon. Until then, guys, stay safe as always. Peace.